Kia ora and welcome to this bonus episode of the Image Austenite. I'm Frances Duncan. I'm an author and the founder of the Jane Austen Society of New Zealand. My guest today is Nathaniel.
Hi.
So our special episode today, Nathaniel and I are going to discuss Lady Susan and Taylor Swift. We've just watched Love and Friendship. Nathaniel knows Taylor Swift very well. I vaguely know a couple of her songs. I know Lady Susan very well, and he has vaguely watched the movie. Yeah. So I think it's a good match. Can you tell us what your knowledge of Jane Austen is?
My mother's a big Jane Austen fan. Pride and Prejudice, I think, was probably the first one I watched. And it's probably still one of my favourites, probably because it was the first one I saw. And we ended up naming our dog after Bingley. We've read, I think, Emma and Mansfield Park.
Your knowledge of Taylor Swift?
Pretty good. I'm a huge fan of her. I think she's a really good musician.
So I was recording an episode with Pippa, and I'm not sure whether we actually recorded this or whether we talked about it separately, but we were trying to come up with Taylor Swift songs that we thought would work for Lady Susan, and we only came up with one, which was Blank Space.
Yeah.
And for me, it's because of the lyric, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would actually be very, very applicable to a character, actually.
You were taking notes during the movie. What sort of ideas did you come up with?
I was kind of unsure of how to do this. So I just kind of wrote a few things about like who they are as like a person. So a few notes I had with Lady Susan was savage, immoral, jealous. Finding the song for it, whether it would be like from the perspective of her or like a song talking about someone like her.
Or like a song that she loved that was like her empowering song that she listened to.
Yeah, exactly. Or like something that would make us kind of understand her a bit more, because a lot of watching it, I was like, not sure how much I like her. And I really don't think her character was made to be liked. Taylor Swift's album Reputation was kind of a bit about accepting people aren't going to like you, or like people don't like parts of you, or like you're not a completely good person, as Lady Susan isn't.
I was thinking that her theme song could potentially be something like you need to calm down, but in a like I'm right, you need to calm down kind of way.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so.
I was thinking about Wildest Dreams as well. It's almost the think of me fondly, like she wants people to still have a good impression of her. You'll remember me standing in a
nice dress
staring at sunset. Like, here's this beautiful image that you'll have of me, and Lady Susan wants people to have a beautiful image of her.
Yeah, which is probably like why I probably got Reputation-ish vibes from it, because it is all about her reputation, is like who she wants people to think she is and like how she actually is. People need to love me. I think Taylor talks about needing to be thought of as a good person, even if bad stuff does happen. Especially in her early music, she was kind of like, I need to be seen as a good person. Quite a big thing for her. And I guess that's also quite applicable to Lady Susan as well, because she did some interesting stuff. She was definitely want to be seen as good.
Because Taylor Swift had that very good girl vibes when she was early, especially when she was country before she went kind of more mainstream.
Yeah.
I think it probably says something about how we always want women to be good girls. And Lady Susan and Taylor Swift have both broken that mold. Like it's kind of, no, I get to be who I want to be and I get to be in charge of my life. But they do it in completely different ways.
Yeah, they both kind of have that sort of arc of, at the start, want people to like you. She'll do stuff to make people like her and then slowly be more honest. As more stuff happened with Lady Susan, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of confused with what was happening the whole time. But she did try to keep the image she wanted throughout the film. But I think she did kind of get to a point where like she did kind of know that people weren't a huge fan of her.
Yeah, there's a great saying where she comes to pick up Frederica from Parklands and everyone turns around in shock and she says, "What a lovely family scene."
Yeah. That was a good scene.
And they're all going, what the hell is this bitch doing here?
Yeah.
Frederica is 16 and Reginald's in his early 20s, and they're like, that's fine, they can totally get married.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that look on your face. But Lady Susan's in her mid-30s.
Oh.
So she's 12 years older than Reginald, so he's actually closer in age to her daughter.
It does seem kind of strange, because isn't it, like, harder to get married for, like, women at our oldest?
You want to marry a younger woman because she's more likely to be able to produce
children.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's over the hill because she's 35. And she's only produced one child so far.
Right. Oh, which actually leads into a Taylor Swift song.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Over the Hill. Recent song she put out, Anti-Hero, does touch on as women get to a certain age, they're kind of discarded as being relevant.
I've only heard snippets of Anti-Hero.
It's quite a recent one. It's really depressing. But great song.
Something about I'm the problem.
Yeah.
And mostly I've seen people online going, no, I'm not the problem. You're the problem.
Yeah, and I guess like her situation with needing to get married.
So I see that you've got, I swear I don't love the drama, it loves me.
I thought that was fitting for, I think it was Catherine. Was she the one who was particularly drama spilling?
Well, she very much didn't like Lady Susan. Maybe Reginald, actually, because...
Oh, yeah.
He really loved that Lady Susan was this big flirt and wanted to meet her, right? And he's like, she brings the drama, I want to see it.
Right, yeah. That would be quite fitting with his character. The relationship between Reginald and Catherine, because Catherine's his sister, so they were both in on the drama together.
Lady Susan tried to stop Catherine marrying her husband. So
that's drama.
And Reginald knows about this, but he's completely been seduced by Lady Susan to forget that this happened. What is the I know places? Is that a lyric?
Who is Mannering with?
So Mannering is married, but he cheats on his wife with Lady Susan.
Right. What I kind of got from that is I don't think Taylor was talking about cheating per se, but definitely keeping a relationship quiet, keeping it out of conversation for different reasons. Obviously, she's not cheating, but
she didn't want her life to be in public scrutiny.
Yeah, which definitely would be applicable for these, especially in this era.
So the lyric is I know places?
It was kind of the idea of the song that connected it. It was kind of...
Oh, is that the title of the song?
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, 1989. It's kind of about hiding. We're trying to keep your relationship away from public. Hence, I know places we can hide. She's kind of telling the person, we can be in this relationship. I know how to do it, but still there's going to be people saying horrible stuff about you.
Did you have any thoughts about Frederica? Any songs that might fit for her?
Her character kind of, I got an idea of like Taylor's first 3 albums.
That really
that
youthful
sort of,
thing?
Yeah, innocence sort of thing. What I kind of got from Frederica is she was kind of shy and not... I think the idea of love was there, but she definitely wasn't ready for it. Oh, that's a great Taylor Swift reference right there, but kind of disconnected from. There's a folklore love triangle, August, Cardigan, and Betty, which is kind of, well, a love triangle. And I kind of connected these songs to broad, connection to what was happening with Reginald and Mannering and Alicia.
Lady Susan.
Not Lady Susan, not Alicia. What I kind of got from Reginald, as he didn't know that the whole thing between Mannering and Lady Susan was happening. Taylor Swift talks about from the perspective of the side person in August is kind of like a short sort of fling sort of thing. And I guess that could describe the relationship between Lady Susan and Mannering as the kind of side person.
So what's Betty about?
It's kind of about being previously with someone, but having them, the cheater, looking back at a relationship as, I'm sorry. It was kind of like a sort of apology experience, I guess.
I mean, that's not something Lady Susan's ever going to do.
Yeah, which is why I'm not sure it's probably her that's related to that song.
Could it be kind of a Reginald bit looking back? Because the looking back on the relationship and feeling regret is probably something that Reginald feels about his relationship with Lady Susan.
Yeah, I think so. He would definitely fit into what she's talking about.
What's the cardigan about then?
That's the person who is cheated on.
That could be a Mrs. Mannering song.
Yeah, I think it could be, actually. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a sort of song about not being needed anymore. And for like a short period of time, Cardigan, you said I was your favourite. It was kind of a short-lived sort of trust sort of thing.
That could be almost anyone who's been in a relationship with Lady Susan. I've used you, you're a bit worn now, I no longer need to wear you.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely, because she did kind of tend to use a lot, like most people in her relationships, which she was aware of at the time.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
And I think the difference being that when a lot of people move on from a relationship, they're not thinking about the fact that they're leaving the other person behind kind of in their dust.
Yeah.
But Lady Susan is very aware that she's doing that.
Yeah.
She is casting them off. They've had their use.
Yeah. So she's quite calculated. She knows that's going to happen.
But the average person is unaware of their behaviour when they do things like that.
Yeah, which is interesting about her character, because you don't usually see that in real life. It's not usually calculated.
She's got really good self-knowledge, I think.
Yeah, definitely. She's not fully accepting of her unbecoming traits, but she does know they're there.
She defies social norms because she doesn't agree with the social norms, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
Like but I'm always right.
Which doesn't really work that well for her.
And that's our discussion of Lady Susan and Taylor Swift. Thank you for listening, and we wish you happy reading.